Hey guys, welcome to episode 4 of Lyrical Outlook. This episode will be about body shaming and being comfortable in your skin. Taking the lyrics from Alessia Cara's song, Scars to You're Beautiful. What I do is I take the lyrics to songs and break it down with my own perspective, giving you a more motivational meaning behind the lyrics. It might not be the same meaning as the songwriter or the artist that wrote the lyrics to the song, but I'm just putting it into my own perspective. So if you want to know more about body image, body shaming, and being comfortable in your skin, stay tuned to this video. Okay, I'm gonna start off with a fun fact about Alessia Cara, but first I want to say that she's one of the most relatable artists out there. She's shy, introverted, antisocial, which you could probably tell from her song Here. And she's really into just self-empowerment, self-love, and that's why she's perfect for talking about body shaming and body images. So a fun fact about Alessia Cara is that she grew up writing poetry, was into theater, and by the age of 10, she started playing the guitar. When she was 13, that's when she started making YouTube videos and became really popular by covering songs from different artists. She was also noticed from YouTube and got her first record deal from her YouTube channel. So that's a fun fact about Alessia Cara. Okay, so the lyrics that resonated the most was, "You should know you're beautiful just the way you are, and you don't have to change a thing, the world could change its heart. No scars till you're beautiful. We're stars and we're beautiful." Being comfortable in your skin is really near and dear to me because I know how hard it is to feel comfortable with being yourself, especially in society today with society's beauty standards. And if you don't fit into the mold of how people feel like you should be or how you should look, it's really hard to feel comfortable with who you are as a person. And what I wanted to do, this is a little different episode, but I wanted to take The Nutty Professor, the movie with Eddie Murphy, and incorporate it into this episode just because I feel like it has a perfect example of body shaming. And a lot of people look at that movie as being, funny, but when you really take a good look at what happened in that movie, you realize that it goes hand in hand with how society views people that are plus size. So Sherman in the movie, he was a plus size man, very intelligent, was really high ranked at his job, and didn't believe in himself. He didn't know his self-worth. And even the people around him made fun of his weight, just like his students were cracking jokes on him. His manager, his manager was like, he was the butt of all jokes to everyone. And his manager knew that he didn't have that confidence in himself, so he used that against him to control him and make him feel down on himself so that he could perform in a way that was the most beneficial to the company, knowing that Sherman had the intelligence, but he knew he didn't feel worthy of, he didn't feel comfortable with himself. So Sherman, to me, didn't turn into Buddy Love because he wanted to lose weight, maybe at first. But when he turned into Buddy Love, he actually did get more appreciation. He got more love. The company that he worked for valued Buddy over Sherman. The girl that he was interested in, Miss Pretty, ended up dating Buddy over Sherman. So it shows you that just the body image change can make people appreciate you or like you more, even though Sherman was a good person. He was intelligent. They didn't want to get to know him as a person. They liked his alter ego or buddy more because he fit the beauty standard of society. And Sherman probably would have stayed Buddy if Buddy's ego didn't get in the way of the success of Sherman. And with him not seeing his worth and knowing who he truly was, and realizing that he is intelligent, he is worthy of love, he is worthy of attention and appreciation from other people, he probably would have stayed as Buddy and ruined his reputation, ruined his name just to fit the beauty standard of society today. So that's why I want to use that movie, because it's a good example. Yeah, it's funny, but it really shows you the difference between just someone's looks can make people look at you different. And I notice a lot that when you change in size, for example, someone will be like, "Oh, you lost weight or you gained weight." That's usually the first thing that someone will say to you when they see you. And that bothers me a lot because I've fluctuated sizes. I have PCOS, so polycystic ovarian syndrome. So my weight has fluctuated my whole entire life. So I've been all the different sizes, and I know how people treat you differently depending on what size you are. And but it doesn't matter what size you are, because someone still has something to say about that size. So when I was smaller, more of a skinnier range, I was called a greyhound, and I was told that I was too skinny, and I was asked, "Do you eat?" You know, things like that, like, "Oh, you're too skinny, you have no booty," that kind of thing. And then being average size, people are like, "Oh, you could lose a bit of your stomach, you need to tone that up a little bit," or, "Your body's proportioned, but maybe your arms are a little too big," or like there was always something with that too. Then being plus size, that's when people are like, "Oh, she got fat," or "You need to lose a little weight because you're unhealthy." And the attention that I got when I was smaller changed, and some of the people I used to hang out with looked at me differently. The people that I dated thought, "Oh, she's getting fat now, she's not the type of person I want to be with," which is okay. You have preferences, but that didn't change my personality. That didn't change who I was inside. But what it did hurt was my self esteem. And when I saw the change from when I went from being smaller to a plus size, the way that people started treating me differently really hurt me. And I see a lot of people struggling with their self image now, especially like even making YouTube videos and being on social media. It's hard because it comes with the territory of you're going to get ridiculed. People are going to find something to talk about, and putting yourself out there and being honest and open, that you have to be ready for people to talk about you, and be secure enough in yourself to take whatever people have to say about you, and have the self-confidence to keep going no matter how people feel about you. And that's what puts us in this box of having to be a certain way or look a certain way. And when you don't fit the mold, then people don't even talk to you or even try to get to know you. And a lot of the dopest people with, the most intellectual, funniest people are usually the ones that are more quiet and introverted, and people don't give them a chance or even try to get to know them because they're not what other people would normally want, who they would want in their circle. And we look at outer appearance and what someone looks like on the outside before we judge them automatically by their physical appearance, before we give them a chance to get to know them intellectually and know who they are as a person and the wisdom that they had inside. If we just gave each person a chance to get to know them for who they really are, I guarantee that we will have better people in our lives. I found that people were really quick to judge you before even getting to know you, your background, underlying health issue, anything about you before they judge you for your weight. So a lot of people don't know that someone is going through something. It could be a eating disorder, some type of disease that they have. But when they see their weight, they're like, oh my God, they overeat, or they're eating so much. It's not always eating. And I know that for a fact because of my PCOS. It's not just hurtful, but it eats away at your self-esteem because you already know what you look like. We all know what we look like. We know what we weigh. So when people keep bringing up your weight, bringing up your looks, bringing up things about you, it keeps eating at you. It's demeaning, and they continue to criticize you, and you already know, like, that person, people don't have to keep telling you because you know what you look like already. You look in the mirror every day. So the fact that people are so comfortable with talking about someone so cruelly and harassing someone for the way that they look, I find people self-deprecating because they don't want to come off as being conceited or cocky. But then when someone has low self-esteem, then it's like, oh, they don't love themselves. They need to practice more self-love. There is no winning here. So it doesn't matter how much you change your body, how much you change your looks. They're going to find something to demoralize about you, and it could be from your eyebrows to the way that you talk to the shape of your nails. Like, it's so many things that someone can find, and someone can really genuinely like you as a person, but the next person will look at you and be like, well, I didn't like her eyebrows, so I'm not gonna talk to her. And that's how shallow society is starting to get. It could be something so simple that someone finds that they don't like about you without even getting to know who you are and getting to know you. And they wonder why so many people are depressed, have mental illnesses, have eating disorders, are getting plastic surgery. Whatever you want to do with your body that makes you happy, that's fine. But I'm saying that the fact that we even feel the need to have to get surgery or have to change our image because we know that we're going to get judged for something that we want to change. So we try to change it to please society, when even when you change it, people are still not going to like something else. So you can change everything about you, your whole image, and there's something else about you that's not going to be liked. So it's a hate to love situation, and no matter what you do, there's no in between. You will never win. You will never be fully accepted by everyone, and that's why you have to be comfortable with who you are and believe in yourself, because not very many other people will believe in you. When you grew up being bullied and being shamed for what you look like or who you are, you grow older with the feeling of not loving yourself or feeling worthy of going to another level or stepping out of your comfort zone because of what people used to say to you and how they used to make fun of you in your past. Any attribute that you have on your body can be turned into a flaw by someone. So even something that you're fully comfortable with yourself about, someone can say something and you wouldn't even know that that was an issue or that was something that people looked at as being flawed on you. And it's always these little things that we're like, wait, what? Like, people actually care about that and you didn't even know, and you're going about your life like not even knowing that other people are viewing you in this way by some type of attribute that you have. We should take a little bit more time to get to know someone for who they truly are over judging them for their physical looks, because you could be missing out on some of the best people when you're looking at their outer appearance over who they are genuinely as a person. So being comfortable in the skin that you're in is difficult, but in order to put yourself out there and get out of your comfort zone, you have to be comfortable enough with yourself and love yourself enough to be authentic. A lot of people in this world do not fit the mold of the beauty standard. So we look at ourselves as being less than because we don't match what we are supposed to look like, instead of being comfortable with how we were made and how we were put on this earth. Outside beauty shouldn't be the number one reason why we don't like someone, or why someone is can't why we don't allow ourselves to get along or talk to someone solely based on off of their weight or the way that their physical appearance is. To me, I just don't understand why we can't just give people a chance and get to know them for who they are and judge them based off of how they treat you back personally. Like, if they are a bad person to you, then that should be when you're like, okay, I don't want this person in my life because they treat me like this. Not, I don't like the way that they look, so they can't fit in my circle. The reason why I resonate with this whole topic so much is because I went through both sides of the spectrum. I was a nerd, quiet, shy, social anxiety, didn't really express who I was. Only when I was at home or outside playing was I able to be myself. But at school, I was a little nerd who had trouble with presentations, had trouble with talking to other people. I was really shy, really reserved. Then, as I got older, I got into partying, hanging out with everybody, kicking it. I felt like I had to find a way to finally be heard, to finally be seen, and that was by being someone that I really wasn't. It took me a long time to realize that I had lost myself, and it took me a long time to be comfortable with being myself again. I had to go into this really strong hermit mode and take the time to see who I really was. And that took me kind of going back into my inner child ways and seeing what I used to like when I was a child. So I found that poetry, journaling, dancing, just going outside into nature, finding the things that I used to enjoy as a child helped me to tap back into my inner child. Tapping back into my inner child helped me be myself again, if that makes sense. Like, I was able to feel comfortable again with the things that I used to like without worrying about how other people felt about me anymore. Don't let people get you stuck just because they are. How they feel about you has nothing to do with you. Dimming your light for other people hurts you more than it hurts everyone else. We take so much of our self worth and seek validation from other people when really we have to find that within us, because we lose our power more and more the more we give that power away to other people. And do you notice when you're around others that you don't fit in with, you feel so low, you feel like you're changing your whole self to fit in with those people, and you're exhausted when you get home. You're exhausted when you're around those people because you know that that's not you. You don't have to prove yourself to anybody but yourself. How you feel about yourself decides your entire life. How you value yourself, how you feel about yourself is how you will decide how you walk in life. So if you're true to yourself, you're going to express how you feel authentically without worrying about what anybody else says or how they feel about you. But when you're seeking validation from other people or worried about how others feel about you, you're not going to be yourself because you're worried about how they feel about you or what they're going to think. So you're changing yourself so that other people are comfortable with you when you should be comfortable with yourself. Nobody's perfect, and it takes a while to be comfortable with yourself, but that's okay as long as you are taking the time to find yourself again and relearning who you are, and surrounding yourself with people that make you feel comfortable being yourself. Surrounding yourself with people that allow you to be yourself is important, very important. I'm not gonna lie, it's hard. It's hard out here, but you deserve happiness. You deserve love. You deserve to love yourself. All right, that's what I get from the lyrics from Scars to Your Beautiful by Alessia Cara. I hope you like this video. If you do, please like and subscribe to my channel. I will see you guys next time in the next video.